ever seen before. His feet, hands, and spirit are unbound, armed not merely with power, but purpose. He's never a mere participant.
That's a bad man.
But always the force that shapes the fight.
Stalking his prey.
He fights as if driven by a higher cause, a deeper passion. And so, his opponents do not simply lose.
Wow.
They are consumed.
What a finish from Naoya Inoue.
Monster for a reason. He's here, and he's ready to fight.
And what a great way to celebrate May the 4th today, as that was the voice of Diego Luna, who plays Cassian Andor in the Star Wars original series Andor. Season 2 is streaming now only on Disney+, and we thank Diego for lending his voice to this night of championship. Ramirez in December of 23. It was a majority decision then in South Florida in what was a shocker. But good to get a close look at Rafael Espinoza against the capable Edward Vazquez right now. For the official introductions, here's Jimmy Lennon Jr.
All right, fans, here we go. Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated presents the co-main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Featherweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first the challenger on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, represented by DeBella Entertainment, entering the ring wearing black trunks with gold trim, fighting out of Fort Worth, Texas, by way of his heritage. He weighed in at 125.6 pounds with a record of 17 wins and 2 losses. He has 4 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, making his second attempt at a world title, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the world-ranked featherweight contender, introducing Edward "Kid" Vazquez. And his opponent across the ring, the defending champion, fighting out of the red corner, presented in association with Zanfer Boxing. wearing silver trunks with red, white, and green trim, hailing from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. He weighed in at a ready 125.4 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with a record of 26 wins, no losses, 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is making the third defense of his title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the undefeated WBO featherweight champion of the world, Rafael Espinoza. Once again, the referee in charge, and now to give instructions, Harvey Dock.
Okay, boxers, you received your instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch him up. Good luck.
Tim Bradley, we have been fortunate to see this ascent of Rafael Espinoza up close. We were calling the fight on the night when he shocked Robeisy Ramirez and became a world champion. The guy who we have visited over the course of his more recent title defenses, you can see growth, but you also see a maturity and a guy who's very reflective and sincere when he speaks, this 6'1" featherweight champion. Had a visit with him yesterday. He talked about how much emotion he has for the fans, for his home country people, and the responsibility he feels to represent them and himself with each and every performance.
Yeah, that's a fighter fighting for something other than himself. You know, that's needed in the sport. You know, that's going to catapult you to greater things, you know, moving forward. And like you said, I mean, the discipline that he has shown, the hard work, all the changes that he has made since he's been a world champion, that should make him better tonight.
Now on the other side with Edward Vazquez. This is a fighter based out of Fort Worth, Texas, whose only...
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Tony Smiles. I am the third man in the ring. The co-main event has already started. As you heard, Espinoza versus Vazquez. Espinoza is, I believe, 6 feet tall, and they starting round one, throwing gloves.
In top 10 all across the board in each sanctioning body. So
I am the third man in the ring. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. I appreciate it. If you subscribe, help the channel out. And we have a poll up. Will Inoue score a knockout tonight? Another knockout.
For the younger Vazquez or the shorter Vazquez to be able to land some of his offense.
Yeah, we just saw it moments ago as Espinoza was firing back with right.
Now, in this particular fight, you got a giant, you know, fighting a smaller fighter. You got somebody who's like 6'1", 6'2", fighting somebody who's like, you know, 5'6", 5'8", and he's taking, he's punching downward. That's basically what's happening, and the other guy has to punch upwards. Most shorter fighters usually are accustomed to fighting taller fighters. The thing is, in this situation, and like Fundora, you have to go to the body and start chopping down the tree. You cannot start going head hunting. And if you start going head hunting, you're going to get caught with jabs and unnecessary uppercuts that the tall fighters used to throwing to shorter fighters. Right now, the 1-2 is being really effective for Espinoza, who's a taller fighter. He can use the jab if he takes one step back, and he won't get touched because of the reach. All he needs to do is take one step back, double and triple up on the jab. Vazquez is holding the center of the ring, but he's feeling really aggressive and being pressing the fight. The problem is he's giving Espinoza room to move back. When he takes a step back, you got to take 2 steps forward. That's the end of the first round. I give that first round to the tall guy. He did exactly what he needed to do in order to win that first round. I like the pressing action from Espinoza, from Vazquez, because he's forcing the taller fighter to smother his punches. So the more he comes in close, The taller fighter is going to smother his punches. He can't give full range. We in round 2. They got Top Rank has the ring card girl out, and we're about to begin the second round. Let's go. Thank you for tuning in again. Hit the like button, subscribe. We got to pause it sometimes because YouTube, especially last night, they picked up a lot of background music that's unnecessary, and I was getting copyright strikes or copyright tags.
You're watching the WBO featherweight world champion Rafael.
Round 2 starts the same way round 1 left off.
To the 5'7" Edward Vazquez.
This is the co-main event of Inoue.
Beat Robesi Ramirez in an upset to become a world champion in December of 23. He said to me in that first fight, I really had the desire to be a champion. I had the heart of a champion, but now I learned I am.
And this is this has been a three-night event, actually a full 3-night event, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
You know, they've always said in the past that you improve 30%, better.
Hey guys, subscribe. We're trying to get the channel at least to 2,000. We almost there. We're this close.
The family, and the longer you hold on to it, the more money you'll make throughout your career.
Edward Vazquez did have success in that first round. As you see, good work with the left hand from Espinoza to open up the second round.
Vazquez is throwing overhand rights that are landing, overhand lefts that are landing, again, on the taller fighter. But the taller fighter is going to the body of the shorter fighter when he comes in. The taller fighter is doing exactly what he's supposed to do and try to utilize that jab. But again, if the shorter fighter is coming in, the taller fighter is usually, in this situation, Espinoza, he knows how to hit the jab and an uppercut. Because he has the shorter fighter is going to have a high guard. So in order to get around the high guard, an uppercut to get his head up and then the hook. And the jab just keep blinding him. He's using soft 1-2s at that.
Espinoza and stylistically, and I'm sure
they're not 1-2s with power. They're just 1-2s with tap in order to blind the other opponent.
Being offensive minded.
The shorter fighter is not doing what he needs to do. He needs to go to the body and then hook as hard as he can to the head, or try an uppercut when he bends down to his level.
Where he's getting to his mark and he's landing.
You can't give him distance, and this is right now. Vazquez is giving him distance. That's not a good look. Now they're in the center of the ring, blow for blow, toe to toe, which is good for the shorter fighter.
He's still looking for that right uppercut every so often.
And I see that Vazquez is looking at the ground. He's the shorter fighter. Stop looking at the canvas because you want to end up in the canvas. You got a high guard. Still look at your opponent.
And turn it up, he can. He has the ability to throw 90.
Espinoza just throwing 1-2 and landing them at will.
There's a right hand that lands as there was just a little bit of
separation. He tries an uppercut, he gets blocked by the high guard. And he's back to the 1-2.
Sanchez back in June of 24. He thought he was at his absolute best here in Vegas with that 4th round TKOs.
As a shorter fighter, you got to bring it to the taller fighter. You got to bring it. As a shorter fighter, you have no choice but to bring the fight to him. You got to look. He's going to be, he has gravity on his side. He's dropping hammers. He's fighting a midget in his eyes. And he's dropping hammer. Gravity's helping him. Where you, as a shorter fighter, you fighting gravity because you got to punch up. Your muscles gets more strained the more you punch upwards. So you have to come in close, tag that body as hard as you can, as hard and as early as you can. So even if it doesn't seem that you're being effective right now, later on in the fight, the longer the fight goes on, the better it's going to be in your situation. Once you chop the tree at the bottom, pop, 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 pop. You come upstairs, pop. You can even do the Mike Tyson. Hook to the body, come right up the middle. Boom, boom, boom. And then right back at it. Pitbull cruise style. Round 3.
A massive crowd is out because for the first time in
he's staying out of
years,
distance,
the monster
and he's
is
doing exactly what he's not supposed to do.
For pound elite.
He's got a high guard, staying out of distance, catching that jab. And mind you, the jab is coming between the guard.
Espinoza in this title defense.
He finally got in close and threw 2 hooks to the head without setting it up. And he threw a bolo punch that lands. An overhand left. An overhand left that lands. It landed twice, so he needs to throw it more.
To this point, Rafael Espinoza.
Espinoza's allowing him to throw hooks to the head, which is beautiful. Closing the gaps. There you go.
In the entire 12 rounds,
he's landing hard punches now.
152. He's got 170.
Vasquez is landing a lot of punches now as a shorter fighter.
He's coming to fight. Yes, he's
beautiful hook on the inside. That's what you're supposed to do. But you got to tear that body up. Espinoza's in a modified Philly shell. He's open for hooks. And mind you, he's a taller fighter, so he's still, in a modified Philly shell, you got to use your shoulder. But if you go a bolo punch to the temple of the head because you're throwing it wild, he could get knocked out. So he needs to keep throwing it. Vazquez needs to keep throwing that overhand right.
Outside, trying to get his rhythm, trying to change up things.
And come in with power. You got to come in with power, just mere power.
Squats down.
Make him respect you. Make him move back. But right now, that distance, Espinoza don't want no more of that smoke. So now he's keeping a distance, throwing that jab and the 2 to the body, which is landing for some reason. Because he's a taller fighter. He shouldn't be able to reach down there and clear the guards.
He's going to shoot the uppercut, and then he's going to come around with the left hook to the liver.
Now he's steering him, which is even worse. When you see a boxer like this, and all of a sudden he starts taking your head and turning you around away from him, you in danger of him pivoting, landing that hook to the head, and now you done. Now you done. Because you can't answer back. You just going to take a shot. And if that shot is hard enough, it's going to stumble you, and he's going to finish the fight. Don't let nobody steer you. You ain't no bull, man. Don't let nobody steer you, man. Don't. I had guys try to do that in the gym back in the day when I was young. They would steer me, and that as soon as I learned that was a move, you're not doing that to me. I'm gonna make you pay. As soon as you drop that guard to steer me around, I'm gonna pivot myself, and I'm gonna boom hit you right on the chin. Good night. You're not gonna steer me, no. That and the probing steer. The end of round 3 just finished. I'm gonna have to still give that. So far as a shutout for that could have went the other way because but towards the end of the round, Vazquez started getting tagged with the 1-2s. So I'm gonna have to give Espinoza 3 rounds straight. But man, big mans, I love it, man. Chop them dudes down. Boom. They always think they got it. You short, come in, boom, hit that body, boom, double up, pop, 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 double up, pop, pop, uppercut, boom. Take them jokers out. Take them jokers out. Uppercut, boom. Once you start landing those heavy shots to the head, he's gonna try to back up and try to tee off with the 1-2. Now you gotta get busy with all those the rope work that you've done at the gym and all those body bags you've been dipping and dodging underneath. That's when that comes in.
To do is bring that arm across or that glove across.
This is a good fight. This is a good fight.
Put something in the lane of that uppercut. However, he has it and he's taking it.
And he's landing those overhand rights and lefts. Vazquez, the shorter fighter, he's landing the overhand rights and left at will. I don't understand why he's not throwing them faster and harder.
To go straight to the inside after that 3rd round, trying for that.
Because the taller fighter, he's trying to throw 1-2s. That's all he's trying to do, throw 1-2s. But if you in close, he can't throw those combinations. He has to hook with a hooker, and you can't hook with a hooker if you're the taller fighter. He's gonna be smothering your punches. You got these long arms that can't move between here, between the space. The guys in front of you can't throw a straight jab. You're gonna tag him a little bit, but you're not gonna get a full connect. You gotta come in with hooks. You can't hook with a hooker if he knows how to do it better than you. So you boom, hit the ribs, come in hard with the uppercuts. And what I'm saying from the taller fighter, he's giving up on throwing the jabs, so he's throwing uppercuts, which is effective for the taller fighter because he already has a long length or he has to pop it up. He doesn't have to wind it up. He just has to pop it up because his arm is right below the chin of the shorter fighter. Boom, and brings it right up.
His second world title fight of his career. Went up.
He's back to the 1-2s. The shorter fighter is giving him the 1-2s. That's bad. That's bad. Vazquez needs to close that distance again. Vazquez needs to close that distance. Espinoza's pushing down in the clinch. When he comes in close, he started laying out. The referee already warned him about that.
Inside as he doubles up the left hand. Vazquez lands.
I don't care if you push me down. I'm going to make you pay for that, though. I'm going to make you pay. You push me down, I'm hitting you in the liver.
And look at the pace now.
Here comes the 1-2. Oh, my God.
Goes with the uppercut back to the bottom.
The speed of Espinoza. He took 2 steps back, and he's throwing 1-2s in a fury, and then he's doing a shoe shine, pop, 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 which is crazy. He's got him. Now he's going after him. This might be over right here. It might be over right here.
30 seconds of round 4.
Vazquez got no answer for those furies. He's holding.
What a right uppercut. He's in trouble.
He tried to hold. He didn't hold him. Espinoza made him pay with the uppercut. He's throwing uppercut after uppercut, landing at will. The referee's not stopping it. The referee could easily stop this fight.
Oh, right back to the body. One for good measure on the bell.
The referee did a good job. He let him go, but he followed him to the corner. And I know he's going to say, show me something or I'm going to stop the fight. He's warning him right now, I'm pretty sure.
He's fine. Take a deep breath. Recover. Give me the bucket. Recover here. Stay nice.
The referee is in Vazquez's corner. That is not a good look. When the referee's in your corner, he got no business in your corner in between rounds. He got no business in your corner. I don't care who you are. If the referee's in your corner, that's a sign that you need to step it up.
Right hand to the body that started the onslaught of punches. Left hook missed there. Hit him right there on the hip. Ended the round again, looking for that left hook right downstairs to the liver. Vazquez knows he has his man.
They're talking about body shots that didn't really land. It was the uppercuts. It was the uppercuts that were landing from Espinoza. He's the taller fighter. He can't throw the 1-2s if he's charging in, or if Vazquez is charging in. Espinoza got an easy fight so far. It's a shutout. It's a 12-round fight. It's a shutout so far.
They don't want him headhunting.
I would be telling Vazquez to go for the knockout, meaning hit him hard as you can. Go for broke, because you're not gonna win on the scorecard. Whatever you want to do, don't let it go to the scorecard.
Punches landed. Then Haney and
keep going with the overhand right. Do not give an inch. Do not back up. And he's backing up. You got to stay in close, smother those punches, and watch out for the uppercuts. See, they got him as a shutout. The unofficial scorecard got it as a shutout, 40-36. And I have it the same way. So only because he's making that crucial mistake of giving Espinoza, the taller fighter, that distance to throw 1-2s from afar. You can't reach him with your jab. You got to come in hooking and uppercuts. You got to land uppercuts. If you don't land it to the head, you got to land it to the solar plexus. Again, Espinoza's measuring them now with the jab arm and then throwing the 2 with power. That's gonna hurt. Again, now when he gets in close, Espinoza gets into a modified Philly shell. And in that modified Philly shell, he's using his front arm to block and then his back arm to throw uppercuts, his power hand to throw uppercuts. And that's what's hurting him. That's what's hurting.
there's the warning from Harvey Dock, one of the best in the game. He goes right back to it, by the way. Doubles up the left hand, goes right back to it. Right uppercut.
Got him with the uppercut.
Too much
And left hook. He's throwing 1-2. They're going to about to stop this fight.
Is in big trouble again. A minute to go.
He's allowing Espinoza to throw the 1-2.
Rising star, featherweight champion is all over him.
Espinoza is confident now. He got no respect for Vazquez. He got no respect. He thinks he can finish the fight. He's coming in with hooks himself. Instead of Espinoza, instead of Vazquez throwing hooks right now, this is when he needs to punch with him.
Goodness, 6 uppercuts.
He throwing 6 uppercuts. Look at that.
Texas tough Vazquez stands up to it somehow.
No.
The referee's being really nice and not stopping this fight because he knows he's down on the scorecard. It's the 5th round. The referee's being really nice.
The body, his face is red. A straight right hand right down the middle, and yet Vazquez stands in the pocket, blood streaming from his nose.
Vazquez is standing in the pocket. No, he's not. He's backing up. If he was standing in the pocket, Vazquez couldn't do what he was doing, which was trying to throw 1-2s. If he would have standing in the pocket, then Espinoza would have been throwing uppercuts like he's been doing the whole night. Avoid the uppercuts with the hook. Stop him. Throw the straight two. Throw the straight two in between his punches to block the uppercut. Because in the uppercut, if we're both in close and I'm the shorter fighter, I could come in over the top, or I could come straight to the body, or I could come straight uppercut into the solar plex. When he throws that uppercut, it's going to hit my hand. You could also neutralize the taller fighter's hands by punching him out of the way and countering. So if he's trying to go back into the 1-2, if he's going to go back into the 1-2, you step in, move that 1 out of the way, and then you counter with the 2. Now he has to reset.
As we start the 6th round of this championship fight, referee Harvey Dock turned to Edward Vazquez and said, "You gotta show me something."
I told you. The referee was in his corner twice already. I'm surprised he didn't stop the fight before. He cannot stand there looking at the floor with a high guard getting punched with uppercuts.
Again, I mean, look, Vazquez is a tough guy, but man, I'm telling you right now, he's gonna be sore.
Espinoza was owning the middle of the ring. Espinoza has no fear right now, none. His guards are down. That means you should come in with those overhand right. Try to hit him in the temple. The more he steps back, the worse it is because you don't have the reach. Espinoza has the reach, and Vazquez, he's backing up right into the Espinoza's reach with the jab.
Keep in mind, this is a guy in Edward Vazquez whose only 2 losses came against world champions in fights that all observers feel could have gone either way. He goes up against Espinoza here, and it's Espinoza rolling. As game and tough as Vazquez is. Oh, look at the work there.
A 4-punch combination. It doesn't really land except for the uppercuts, but it looks bad. It looks bad.
The speed bag with that combination.
Vazquez continue to back up. He needs to press.
And the one thing
And the funny thing is, that was a nice pivot by Espinoza away from the ropes.
That's a scary
He hasn't revved up the engine. He hasn't.
And what you're really describing is how in control he is, how composed he is.
Yes.
No, it's not composed. He's not afraid. He's not afraid because Vazquez is doing the wrong things and staying out of distance, just catching the uppercut. Again, there's another uppercut. It's an uppercut, and now he's throwing hooks. And every time he gets in close, Espinoza gets into a modified Philly shell. He's allowing his forearm, Espinoza's forearm, to push him back. Step to the side, hook. Step to the side and hook to the body, right into the solar plexus. Because that modified Philly shell is not protecting him.
Come off the pace a little bit.
He's basically bullying him by height. And I'm not mad at the tall fighter. So go ahead, let's go. Now he's back to the 1. Throwing a jab from a distance. Really effective. Jab from a distance. He's not in any danger. The referee didn't stop the fight. That's the end of round 5. They're letting it go. They could have stopped this fight a long time ago. The only way Vazquez wins at this point, and I don't think he has the power, it's gonna be with a knockout. His face is getting toe up from uppercuts. His nose is already busted up, and his face is starting to shine. It's all bloody. It's all like inflamed in red.
But just stay slipping and hard counters. Slipping, throwing crazy flurries in between, so you give him a shot to counter. Slipping hard counter.
En toda su madre ese güey. Vas con todo, ¿eh? Pero listo. No quiero que se me ponga de más y no quiero que junte las piernas al caminar.
Watching the current Mexican featherweight champion.
I am telling you right now, this is a good fight, but this fight should be stopped if Vazquez don't show anything. There's no reason for him to take any more punishment.
Working with him. Look at the total punches. 180 of 461. Here's the guy that.
And as a boxer, I don't call for stoppages. I never call for stoppages. Let the guy go out of the shield. That way, he got no doubt in his mind that he lost. He won't have any questions. Sometimes the best thing for a boxer is to realize, hey, I lost. There was nothing else. I gave what I could. There was nothing else I could do. But if you stop it prematurely, he's gonna be like, well, dude, I had another 5 rounds in me. You don't know what I could have done. And then you have a doubt in your mind, a question, and you can't believe that you lost the fight. And again, right now, Vazquez is making the same mistake where he's staying at a distance and he's catching jabs.
To get out of range, keep himself out of range, and some head work to make Espinoza miss.
The combination for Espinoza is the jab and the uppercut. He needs to make him miss those uppercuts, and he needs to. I don't know if he's got the skill set, but he has to slip those jabs, get under him, and then counter.
Just one place body shot on the liver. That's all it's going to take.
Bernardo, what are they saying in the corner of Vazquez?
Look, Luis, Antonio Cabello told me we knew we had to weather the early storm, and we just have to stay consistent on the inside.
Weather the early storm. This thing's been like a hurricane going through the desert here in Vegas for 6.5 rounds. Body shot, uppercut. He knows it. He's going after it. Body shot, raining down straight right hands. This thing is over.
The fight ended with a flurry of 1-2s. The fight ended in a flurry of 1-2s. That's what forced the referee to stop. He threw like 6 uppercuts because that's the only punch he could land. 6 uppercuts. And then he threw a hook to the body that really didn't flush. So then he started throwing flurries of punches that because the other guy didn't answer, he was guarding himself, but because he didn't answer those punches, the referee finally stopped the fight.
Guys want to fight him, but look at this right here, the finish. He knew he had his man hurt. Just a matter of time. 3 uppercuts. Blind him with that lead hand right there. Had this man in the right position right there and just teeing off. Forcing the ref to step in to stop the action. Great work right there. Great experience by Espinoza. That left hook right there. He stopped. He flicked the jab out.
Man, you can't sit there and be a punching bag. I would have stopped the fight the last round. You're not going to sit there guarding yourself in the corner of the ring like a baby. This is exactly how they stopped the fight. And mind you, the punches were going to glove. But my man's like this, literally like this, cowarding in the corner. They stopped the fight.
Who was tough. He was game. But man, oh man, did he run into something special here tonight in Espinoza.
Look, I thought he landed that left hook to the body. He didn't. Vazquez.
I told you finally Tim Bradley says the truth. Those body shots were not landing. He's too big to be trying to throw liver shots to a little tiny guy. The guy's short. He's covered up. I mean, he was balled up. Almost in a fetal position. The only thing that was landing was the uppercut because he was going through the guard.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute 47 seconds in round number 7. A referee in charge, Harvey Dock, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout, and he is still the undefeated WBO featherweight champion of the world, Rafael El Divino Espinoza.
Rafael Espinoza, the 6'1" WBO featherweight champion, his third title defense, and he put on an offensive showcase. The average for featherweights in terms of landing is 27%. He landed 40%. But the 161 power punches with 60 to the body, 6-0 to the body in not even 7 full rounds, that ends it impressively. To the ring we go, and Bernardo.
Moment of sportsmanship here between the champion and a very game Edward Vazquez. ¿Qué te pareció el que haya aguantado tanto Edward Vazquez esta noche? What did you think about such a game performance and how many punches your opponent was able to take tonight?
Claro, no, yo sabía que era un gran rival desde que me lo nombraron. Me gustó porque sabía que iba a venir a pelear, iba a venir a hacer su trabajo y eso para mí era bueno porque así puedo demostrar un poquito más de lo que soy capaz y de lo que quiero hacer en el box.
Look, I knew that when they gave me his name, he was going to be a game fighter. That's why I was so excited about this fight, because I knew that I was going to have to dig in my bag and show what I'm capable of. Estaba viendo la pelea con Marco Antonio Barrera y dice, si tira el cuerpo, lo terminas. ¿Te gusta hacer las peleas así para que el público responda? I was sitting with Marco Antonio Barrera, and Marco was the former champion. The legend said, if he just goes to the body, he wins this fight easily. Do you like making the fights tougher for yourself to give the fans a show?
Sin duda, es lo que le gusta a la gente, es lo que me gusta a mí en particular. Y realmente yo creo que son las peleas que se merece el público. Y yo como mexicano, representar este día, pues la verdad lo hice con todo el corazón y lo voy a seguir haciendo.
Look, of course, because these fans deserve a show. I'm a Mexican fighter. I had to show them my heart. And this is Cinco de Mayo weekend, so I had to put on a show for them. This is Naoya Inoue's night. And you've got Shushu Carrington, who's the top-rated featherweight in the world. You've got Angela Leo, who's got a world title. What do you want next? What's your message to them? Esta es la noche de Naoya Inoue aquí en Estados Unidos. Por primera vez en 4 años regresa. Está Angelo Leo, que es un campeón mundial. Shushu Carrington, que es el retador obligado en varios organismos. ¿Qué quieres hacer y demostrarle a esta gente en peso pluma?
Realmente, pues para que nazca un ídolo y un ídolo mexicano tiene que pelear con los mejores. Entonces, aquí estoy, soy el campeón y estoy para pelear con los mejores.
Look, for there to be the birth of the next Mexican Idol, he has to go through the best fighters. I'm ready to take on all the oppositions. I am the champion right now. Naoya Inoue, he's on your radar. Is that a fight you want? Naoya Inoue, el estelar, ¿está en tu radar? ¿Es una pelea que quieres a futuro?
Yo creo que pues es la pelea que me catapultaría como uno de los mejores del mundo. Y obviamente, pues sería una pelea que quisiera, ¿no? Yo creo que los tiempos de Dios son perfectos y si se llega a dar, voy a estar listo para eso.
Look, I know that a fight against Naoya Inoue, that's what would catapult me into stardom. God's timing is perfect, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Joe, we send it back to you.
Hey, listen, Bernardo, that would be great to fight Inoue, but this guy's a star right now, and that's the way it.
Look, man, Top Rank is great at what they do. Top Rank is great at what they do. They match up their champions and their talent with lesser fighters. This was a lesser fighter for him. The guy did not have he had the will to fight, but he didn't have the skills to fight. So, you know, this guy is feeling good about himself. Good, he won the fight, but the guy he fought against, he was shorter and he didn't have the skill sets in order to fight back. To fight back. He was making a lot of mistakes, unnecessary mistakes, like backing up and giving the taller guy the reach. You can't give him, he's got the reach. That's his God-given right. You got to smother that reach. If you're going to come in like a bull, come in, stay in there, stay in the pocket. Hit him to the body. You know, he gets in a modified Philly shell. That means that one side of his face is open. Tag him on the opposite side of the body and then come overhand right, overhand right, overhand right, hook, 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 overhand right, overhand left, overhand left, uppercut, 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 switch it up. Downstairs, upstairs, upstairs, downstairs. Downstairs, upstairs, upstairs, downstairs. Downstairs, upstairs, upstairs, downstairs. Downstairs, 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 upstairs, upstairs. Change up the combination, but come in killing. Come in killing. He didn't earn the guy's respect early on in the fight. So what he do? The later the rounds got, he started teeing off with the 1-2s, with the jab, the jab, the jab, keeping him at bay. And then when he finally got him where he was kind of dizzy and hurt and tired in the mid round, then he started trying to go for body shots all of a sudden. Now he got the courage to have body shots. All of a sudden, now he's ready to come on the inside, the big man. That's when you start turning yourself up to the next level. Now you got to turn up the notch because you're the shorter guy. Got to get the guy's respect early on where he feels in danger. Look at what happened with Rolly and Garcia. Second round, Rolly knocked the crap out of him, knocked him down. After that, Garcia didn't risk it. Did not risk it. Even if you get a standing 8 count, boom, 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 with some hard punches, get a standing 8 count, let the ref do his job. All of a sudden now he's gonna be thinking, oh, if I come in too close, he's gonna bang up on me. So let me stay at bay. So now you start working to get inside, and he's gonna keep running. You cut off the ring. The shorter guy has to do most of the work when you're fighting somebody who's 3-4 inches taller than you. 5 inches or something like that. You gotta come in. You gotta come in. You gotta come in. Pitbull Cruz is one guy. He don't play that crap. He comes inside. Mike Tyson fought a lot of tall fighters, and he knocked him out in the first round. He put some respect on his name, and he was the shorter fighter. In his heyday, Mike Tyson did not take that mess. He'll come in fast, tear that body up, and immediately either go for the uppercuts and the hooks to the head to try to put the guy down. Straight knock him out. But if you're in a lower weight class, it might take you more because you might not have that power. So then you got to come in with some flurries, like he did. He threw 1-2, 1-2, and they stopped the fight. Because those body shots weren't getting in. The dude was in the fetal position. There was no way. And then he's shorter. He would have to bend his knees and crouch down to his level. It was a decent fight. There was more action than the last 2 nights in some of these fights. It's a lot of action. But study this fight. This fight is a good lesson for shorter fighters what not to do. What not to do. You don't give the natural abilities of the opponent the ability to go ahead and do what's naturally gifted to him. You got to take that away. You know that by looking at the tail of the tape or standing in front of him. They had face-offs already. And if you never faced them off before, and the first time is when the referee calls you together right before the bell rings, that's when you size him up. How am I going to get this guy? Because he's going to put me down if I don't get on him. And like I always say, it's Cinco de Mayo. Chihuahuas will bite the crap out of you if you allow them to. They will tear your ankles up, your shins up. And if you fall, they're going to tear your face up. And they Chihuahuas, you can field goal them. Some of them are the size of a football. But if you start running backwards and running away from Chihuahua, he's going to keep snapping at you. That's what he needed to do. He needed to put fear and God in him and charge him and not charging crazy, but step in and tear that body up. He didn't do it. He paid the price. He was getting hit by uppercut after uppercut. Didn't adjust. To become a champion, you have to adjust. He threw 6 uppercuts, man, every time.
time again. 29-0, 26 knockouts. He has been now an undisputed world champion, Mark Kriegel, in 2 divisions. It's one thing to be an undisputed, but to have done it now in 2 divisions and be a 4-division world champion, we're talking about an all-time great, Mark.
Well, he's got plans for 3. Listen, I can't say he was like a barrel of laughs being around.
And Espinoza is so cocky enough to call out Inoue. That's how cocky he is. He thinks his height is going to save him. Inoue's not that guy. Inoue's going to give you angles. He's not going to stand in front of you. He's not going to stand in front of you for you to throw uppercuts. Because even with a guy who had less skills, you could not have thrown uppercuts. I mean, you could only throw uppercuts, excuse me. A guy with less skills, you can only throw uppercuts. Inoue going to move his feet. He's going to adjust. That's why he's a champion, a 2-division world champion, 2-division undisputed champion. I think it's 6-division world champion. That's why he is who he is. That's why he's in the States today and fighting as opposed to fighting in Japan. And the stadium is full. And the stadium is full. He's not from here. He's from Japan. He's owning his division. And he's becoming a world icon. That's how you do it.
慶応というものを見せてきたので、今回も、そこを狙って。
And again, Top Rank is not going to put him against somebody that's going to hurt him. This guy over here, he don't really have the skills to pay the bills that well. So Inoue is going to outbox him. There should be, I got Inoue winning at the end of the night. This should be a gimme. Inoue has 4 better fighters than him. This guy is not it. He does have a nice record himself, but he's not it. I don't see those skill sets that, pivoting, bring generalship, awareness, different combinations. I don't see that from this guy. And again, Top Rank is not going to risk the moneymaker. The moneymaker. They're not going to risk the moneymaker. Inoue is the moneymaker right now. In 2 countries right now. He's filling stadiums. He's putting asses in seats. This guy's not going to cut it. I'm going to tell you that right now. This guy right here, he's not going to cut it. He's not going to cut it. He's not going to cut it. But it's going to be for an entertaining fight, so I'm going to call it. Most of Inoue's fights are usually at 4 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time. Nobody's up for that except me. I'll be up watching that at 4 in the morning. So I'm glad this is almost prime time for boxing's prime time as a main event. And again, Top Rank doesn't risk their main fighters with people that are gonna take them out, especially not on a TV fight. They're gonna try to make a giant pay-per-view about it. This is a warm-up to see what they can get because they're also working with Turkey, and Turkey's trying to put on the biggest fights. So if Inoue starts selling out in the U.S., then he's gonna be, I'm pretty sure Bob Arum is gonna go over there. He's already been over there in Saudi a couple of times. He's going to go over there. He's going to make that phone call and say, what you going to pay for this fight? And try to put Inoue with somebody that's Bam Rodriguez. Well, did I say it? Did I say it out loud? Bam Rodriguez versus Inoue? Woo! Woo! Talk about somebody that got the skills to pay the bills. Woo! Did I say it out loud? Bam Rodriguez? I think if you say it 3 times, he shows up. Woo! Beetlejuice.
Drops the opposite hand. Perfect opportunity right there for a mid-entry counter.
They're talking about Inoue's abilities and skills.
He again drops that right
and his mistakes.
Before,
because he did get knocked down before.
To that action. to set
And he got
that
caught
left
right
hook
in the
right
chin.
there,
He got knocked
sending him to
down.
the canvas.
All right, so Tim, and now
So that's what they were showing when the last time that Inoue got knocked down. He got knocked down because when he gets excited and he's coming in, he does like a lot of other fighters. They let down their guard because they feel confident they're gonna put this guy down. And then if the guy is smart, he's gonna counter in between, and he's gonna hurt you because you're not gonna see the punch coming. Oh, who did that before? Let me see. Dubois did that because what do you call it? Anthony Joshua got all excited. He came inside and he got caught with a counter. And good night. Watch the tape. Watch the tape. I did a video on that. Watch the tape. Watch the tape. Joshua come in. He was losing the fight anyways on the scorecard, but then he's goofing around and he finally gets him in trouble. He gets him up against the ropes and he's throwing off, teeing off. He drops his guard, and as soon as he throws, there was a short counter hook. Boom. He was laying down. You could have gave him a pillow. And that's what they're talking about Inoue here. They're talking about that Inoue drops his right guard and he's open for a hook in between the punches. This is where counter punching becomes effective, because if he's teeing off on you, pop, 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 and then you just throw a counter hook, his face is going to be right there. But Inoue versus Espinoza for the WBO belt, ooh, he gonna take that. He gonna be like, thank you. And then put Bam Rodriguez versus Inoue. Ooh, did I say that again? Woo! Bam, where you at? Ooh. Bam Rodriguez, boy. And Inoue, that's the fight to see. Because Bam ain't gonna take no shorts. And he do got the skills to pay the bills.
you are watching one of the greatest of all time, unquestionably.
The fight they haven't come down the road. They're showing a lot of old footage.
And the monster has roared.
That one hurt him. He said, hold.
And what's crazy, I think they showed the footage where he got knocked down, and then he came back and he knocked the dude out.
A knockout was on the menu tonight. What a finish from Naoya Inoue.
That's a bad man. My God.
Mike Tyson called him the monster too. The thing with him, they're going to commercial break. The thing is with that is that Inoue has the skills to pay the bills, but he's been moving up in weight. This is the point I was trying to make. He's moved up in weight a few times now that his power is diminishing. He needs to stay at one weight for a while and try to gain that muscle back and that muscle memory and that power that he's missing. He's technically a smaller fighter, but he's not gonna make more money fighting these guys that nobody knows, and he's not gonna get that money. But if he fights people like Bam Rodriguez, there's gonna be a big payday, and I'm pretty sure Turki Al-Ashi gonna put that fight on. He's definitely gonna put that fight on. Turki Al-Ashi is the money bag right now. Why? Because Saudi Arabia, and Turki Al-Ashi is not using his own money. Let's be clear about that. He's using the Saudi prince's money. And that's oil money. That goes endless. Why? Because there's always gonna be another barrel of oil to be sold. As long as that finite resource is still producing, and the earth is allowing that black gold to come out of, they're gonna keep pumping it. However, those resources, we don't know how much oil is in the ground. They know how much oil is in the ground and how long they have to keep pumping it, because the well can go dry. They know. So what are they doing? They're using boxing to promote tourism to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It's a project, I think, I forget what they call it, Project 2035 or something like that. And that's the reason why Turki Al-Ashi is spending so much money. And he's willing to pay these boxers top dollar. Canelo got paid last night for that terrible performance. Devin Haney got paid for that terrible performance. Even Ryan Garcia got paid for getting knocked down and losing the fight because he was the A side. They paid him extra so he can win his fight, so he can have that fight with Devin Haney, the rematch. Now, I'm not sure what's been going on in the last 24 hours or 48 hours if Turki Al-Sheikh still wants to put that fight on, because I don't know how much demand is. Like I was saying last night and the night before that, Ryan Garcia has no reason to fight Devin Haney. Zero. None. He beat him already. It's in the books. He didn't get the W on his record because of his own doing. He would have been champion if he would have came in at the weight that he promised. He would have came in at the proper weight instead of coming 3 pounds over. And then he would have became champion then. But they probably would have stripped him anyway because they took away the win because he was using Ostarine. Whether it was accidental or it was in the supplements, whatever. You need to know as a boxer what you're putting in your body. And I'm pretty sure he knew there was Ostarine or something in that, in whatever he was taking, that was giving him more strength and more ability. That's why it's called performance enhancing drug. Now they're showing a cap of Inoue's opponent. That guy. But again, Top Rank is good at making champions. They know how to create champions. They're not going to put Inoue against somebody that's going to destroy him right now because he's at the top. He's going to put somebody. They're going to put somebody in there that has a belt or has had a belt and is a viable threat. But he already has 26-1, 14. This guy, Raymond.
As a 4-division world champion,
he's on his way out.
Undisputed world champion.
He's on his way out. So we got to pause for the cause because they're gonna play some music, and we don't want the stream to get tapped. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Help the channel out. We're trying to get to 2,000 by the end of the month. Help us out. Tell a friend. Play the videos in the background. I got other videos in the channel. Check those out. Play them in the background. We need viewer counts. We need viewer counts. YouTube is being stingy with the viewer counts. Even though I got 100,000 views on a couple of videos, they're not giving me those. They're not giving me those numbers for some reason. So we need to up the numbers. But if we can get the subscription up, that will help tremendously. Help the channel out. Subscribe. Tell a friend. If you like combat sports, this is your place. I've already started doing some WWE, and maybe I'll do some MMA if I get inspired with the championships. Got to have some real fighters over there. UFC, they don't let everybody try out. They don't let everybody can't get in. Everybody can't be on the UFC. They got a roster. It's a private company. It's not like boxing where somebody can come off the street and also all of a sudden become world champion. Those opportunities are not really over there. They audition you and all of that like a game show. So, all right, we're waiting for Inoue to come down the ramp. The referee's checking his opponent's gloves to see if there was any tampering between the time he checked them in the locker room, because I'm pretty sure he checked them in the locker room. Inoue's on the screen. He's at the top of the ramp. They're doing a commercial with the posters in the back. They zoom in. They got the music going. The arena goes dark. They're playing the video. At last, the monster has arrived. They're playing the background vignette, they call it. Background vignette. He's at the top of the ramp, so it's like an introduction. They got some fireworks, some sparklers. Well, not really sparklers, not Not no major fireworks.
Fight back in 2014. He was only 20 years.
Inoue is waving at the crowd as he's walking through down the ramp into the ring. He looks focused. He's acknowledging the crowd, but he looks focused. He looks really, really focused. Really focused. And that's what I like to see. He's not wasting a lot of energy. I like to see that too. Now you acknowledge the crowd, the referees, the judges. He's waving. And then he goes back to his corner to prepare for the announcements. The stadium is full. The stadium is full.
His belts on a...
The stadium is full. They're still playing that music, even though we don't hear it really clear for some reason. YouTube loves to focus on background noise, and somehow they pick up the music. They're still playing it, whatever that is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the main
Jimmy Lennon
event
Jr.
of the evening. Y a todos nuestros amigos celebrando el 5 de mayo, bienvenidos, aficionados al box. Nippon no boxing fan no minasama konbanwa. Indeed, we welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to the T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada, as Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated presents the featured bout of the evening in association with Ohashi Promotion and Taken Promotions. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Here, cheers to another round of Miller Time. And by DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. Presented by the refreshing taste of Twisted Tea.
We got 30 seconds before I can take the poll down. Right now, 100% says Inoue scoring a knockout. We got 100% that Inoue will score a knockout. There's actually no disputing right now. Everybody believes that. The poll is about to come down when the bell rings.
Riyadh season and the T-Mobile Arena. Introducing our three judges, scoring a main event from ringside from New York, Max DeLuca.
The only doubt with the knockout, let me take the poll down before I say this. Thank you for taking your time to put your thoughts in the poll. Got 100% of the Inoue will score a knockout. The reason why I don't think Inoue might not get a knockout, again, he has moved up in weight class, and if this guy protects himself and runs or whatever, he might not score the knockout. Excuse me.
It's time for the main event of the evening.
Let's go!
The challenger on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, presented in association with Pro.
Age 29, height 5'6", 121 pounds. 26 wins, 1 loss, 14 by way of knockout.
Of Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico. He weighed in at 121.8 pounds. With a record of 26 wins and 1 defeat, he has 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is making his first attempt at a world title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the battle-ready challenger and world-ranked contender, introducing Ramon Dinamita Cardenas.
Cardenas!
And his opponent across the ring, the defending world champion, really needing no introduction the world over. Fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks with gray trim. Hailing from Zama, Kanagawa, Japan, he weighed in at 121.9 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign, 29 wins, no losses.
He's the shorter fighter, but the older fighter. 32 years of age, 29 wins, no losses, 26 by way of knockout. That's almost a 90% knockout rate.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the undefeated, reigning and defending, undisputed junior featherweight champion of the world, introducing Naoya, the Monster Inoue. Once again, the referee in charge is Thomas Taylor, now to give instruction.
Thomas Taylor, his 34th world title fight.
Thomas Taylor is a regular in the championship boxing realm. I think he's WBA, I think.
Up is going to be good. Everything from the white letters up here is going to be good, all right? Gentlemen, you got my instructions in the back. Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands. Touch them up. Back to your corner, gentlemen.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Inoue is a slightly shorter fighter, but that doesn't matter because, again, he's got the skills to pay the bills and the footwork. He's going to connect with punches that this guy is not going to see coming.
No doubt about it. However, I mean, Tess, the first thing Cardenas has to do is he has to feel like he belongs in the ring.
Exactly.
Anyway. That's what that.
Cardenas needs to put some respect on his name. Cardenas needs to put some respect on his name. Inoue is keeping his distance. He's got he's staying on his toes too. He's shuffling around the ring. Cardenas owns the center of the ring right now. Cardenas owns the center of the ring. This is round one. This is round one. Let's go. This is the main event. Nothing's happening. They testing each other. Cardenas throws a lazy jab that just punches air. And then Inoue jumps in and throws a jab of himself and connects. Now he connects with a 1-2 that really kind of touches the gloves of Cardenas. So they reset. They're right in the center of the ring. They're right in the center of the ring.
Elite championship level fighters.
He understands the sweet science, one, and he understands the game that, hey, if I get my...
Cardenas is throwing jabs that are not reached from a distance. They're not reaching Inoue at all. He's not stepping in when he throws the jab, so he's staying at a distance throwing the jab. Inoue is stepping in with his jab and connecting already with his jab. Inoue is throwing the 1-2. No feints, no nothing. They're standing toe-to-toe in the middle of the ring.
You have to depend on timing, nice.
Works to the inside against Inoue. Didn't throw the right hand behind it.
No, but the jab right now is fine.
Inoue got some fast hands. Cardenas finally connects with a jab. But Inoue answers back with a jab and a hook around the guard.
Of course, when it comes to speed generating power, there are few.
Inoue still popping that jab hard on him. Cardenas gets in a high guard. Oh my God! And Inoue is going right through the high guard. So I don't know what he's doing. I mean, you got a high guard, and Inoue is going right through your high guard again. Inoue goes to, dude, forget the high guard, man. It's not working. Counter. Oh, I see what he was trying to do. He was trying to let Inoue come in with something other than the jab. So he was taking the jab to throw a counter left hook. And the counter left hook went air ball. Inoue is killing him with the jab. Mind you, Inoue is the shorter fighter. There's no reason why Inoue should be connecting with the jab as frequent as he is. He's going right through the guard. It's just embarrassing. Oh, my God.
San Antonio's Ramon Cardenas.
Are you guys seeing this? Because it's crazy.
Here, his corner.
And Inoue standing at a distance. Like, he's a shorter fighter. He's standing at a distance. When he comes in, he steps in with the jab. And then he steps back out. Mind you, his back foot doesn't move that much.
And be back live.
Inoue, hands down, he won that round. There's no question about it. He won the first round. No question about it. Let's see what the corner's saying.
Okay, I want you to be smart, okay? You stay too straight, okay? When you see that fucking 1-2, stay low.
He says when you see the 1-2, stay low. It's the one that's connecting. The two is not really connecting because Inoue hasn't really thrown it. And when he did throw it, it was a hook. It wasn't even a two. It was a hook around the high guard. Inoue is just testing if he can pull the high guard down. That's what he needs to tell him. The corner man of Cardenas, that guy, the corner man is giving him bad advice. Because what Inoue is going when he goes around the high guard, he wants to see if he can pull it down. He wants to see if he can pull it down. That's what he's doing. He wants to see if he can pull it down. He's testing him to see how he reacts. And how he's reacting is he's not doing nothing about it. So eventually he's going to start pulling it down and countering it.
Watches this action in prime time here in Vegas. We're now
Inoue is going right through the guard with the jab, and they're showing it in slow motion. The two got in that particular video. The one, and then the two went right through the guard, right through the high guard.
However, Inoue right now.
Why? Because Cardenas moving straight back when he gets hit with the jab. So Inoue leans forward with the two.
Like that.
Cardenas throws a combination.
Covers up defense.
But to no avail. It was a beautiful, tight guard by Inoue.
That's two things, Tess, you got to think about before you get in mid-range.
Cardenas is still with the high guard, and he's trying to copy Inoue's guard that he just showed him. But in that aspect, he's getting caught and hit he's getting hooked with a hook to the body.
Sitting right there in front, not doing much on the offensive side, and that is a recipe.
And then he throws a 1-2-3, a basic punch. Inoue leaves the area by the time he throws a lazy jab. By the time he throws a 3, Inoue's gone. They're both back in the center of the ring. Inoue's starting to throw some heavy power punches. You can hear it. Wow.
From Cardenas.
You can hear the glove.
Inoue comes back, tried to sweep that right hand to the body, and he goes
you hear that?
Combination that finishes with the left hand upstairs.
Those punches are going to hurt in the later rounds. You're only in the second.
He's a high guard. He's staying tight with his guard as well.
Cardenas finally lands a jab, an effective jab, but he doesn't follow it up with a
shoot.
shoot.
Where that blood's coming from. Ooh. Just off the mark with that right hand. Cardenas
tries to throw an overhand right that misses slightly. He almost caught him.
The upset-seeking American.
See, Cardenas now.
Cardenas still moving forward.
His feet. He's starting to bring that pressure.
Finally, he throws a power punch. Inoue blocks it. A 2 to the body to Inoue. Cardenas finally does something, but then he balls up like a little.
He does.
He threw 2 hard punches and then balls up. That is, and he balled up backing up.
But Cardenas, I think he found a little secret. Inoue's
great
at mid-range, great on the outside as well. But
oh my God, the 1-2 is going straight down.
Does he have the skill to compete against Cardenas?
Cardenas not slipping the 1-2. Oh, he caught Inoue. He caught him. He caught him. He caught Inoue with a hook, with a wild hook. That wild hook he's been trying to throw the whole night. At the end of the round. Oh my God, Inoue got caught with that hook again. Again he got caught. Inoue's down for the second time in his career, in his professional career. That's going to wake him up. That's going to wake him up. He put some respect on him. Cardenas has been taking a lot of heavy shots, but then he got lazy. Inoue got lazy, dropped that guard they was talking about, and got caught with the left hook. A wild left hook at that, because Cardenas was just, he's been throwing it wildly the whole time. Wow. They're going to show it right now.
Inoue right now had Cardenas along the ropes, putting the combinations together. However, left himself exposed. Guess what? Cardenas took a little.
See, he charged that on.
Changed his position.
He got overconfident.
Didn't see that left hook coming. Boom. Set him down.
He got overconfident. He got overconfident with the 1-2s. He got overconfident, stepped in, and got caught with the counter left hook. Mind you, Cardenas has been throwing that counter left hook the whole night, so I don't understand why Inoue didn't wait for it. He didn't have him hurt.
In round 2 by Cardenas.
Yep,
the San Antonio-based upset-seeking Ramon Cardenas.
Stay right here.
A headbutt happened.
Action on headbutt, no cut. Come here, guys. Stop.
I think Cardenas got some grease in his eye or something. Maybe some Vaseline
No
in
cut
his
on the
eye.
accidental clash. There's a sweeping right hand from the monster.
From the headbutt, I think he got something on his eye.
Needs to be
He got a high
defensively
guard again.
responsible after he punches. Cardenas right now, what he's doing, he's waiting on a mistake. He's waiting on Inoue to get greedy. And he knows that opposite hand, that catch and shoot is available for him. He's looking for that hold. I'm telling you.
Cardenas now is looking for the hook again. The counter hook.
When you talked about
Inoue better hold the phone. Inoue better hold the phone. He did it again. He did it again. He missed him though.
Sweep that left hook again.
He threw that shit again with all kinds of power. Cardenas think he gonna be slick. I'm telling you, a champion adjusts. Inoue shouldn't fall. He should not fall for that again. He should not fall for that again. That knockout may not happen for Inoue. I don't think he got the power.
Cardenas staying real tight behind that defense as well.
And now he's got to be cautious. He's got to hold the phone.
Time really penetrating that high guard. He really is. It's tight.
Three-punch combination. Tried to split the guard with the right hand. Came back with the left to finish.
Inoue got a good high guard. Cardenas' jab is not going through Inoue's guard. Inoue's throwing very powerful.
Right hand to the body. Caught a little bit of the flank and a little bit of the elbow.
Yep, anytime. And then another thing that Cardenas is doing is anytime he sees.
Oh, he threw it again. Now he threw a right, a power right. Oh, he got him again. He got Inoue on the chest. Oh no, he got Inoue hurt. I think he got Inoue hurt. Inoue needs to turn it up. Inoue with the 1-2s right down the middle. Another power counter hook that misses Inoue. Another power left hook. Wow. Cardenas is throwing that power counter hook all night. Whether he misses or not, he caught him once already. He threw it again. All he's throwing is that counter hook. Inoue needs to adjust.
What do we have here in Vegas tonight?
Wow. Wow. Remember, Cardenas is now tied. He won that round, and he got the other one as a 10-8 round because he knocked him down. This is a fight now. Inoue needs to come up and make some money now. Inoue's in the deficit. He won the first round clean, and now he getting caught with a check left hook. Cardenas is doing a Ryan Garcia. He ain't throwing no other punches but that counter left hook. He finally, and he can do it with both hands. He can hook with both hands. So whenever he feels three punches coming at him from Inoue, and Inoue is not really connecting with power because he's trying to pity pat just to score, he comes in with a power right hook. Wow, we got a fight now. Cardenas has the puncher's chance. They're showing the first time, not the first time tonight, but the first time Inoue got knocked down.
It showed up in the second round, Tim. You explained this pre-match.
You see any resemblance right there? Same exact shot right there. Left foot inside.
Inoue is getting caught with the count. Inoue needs to hold the phone. He needs to do a rollie. If he don't do a rollie, he's going down. Oh my God. They're showing the percentage. Plus 1800. So we can get paid if you bet at Cardenas. If you bet at Cardenas, we're gonna get paid. We can get the bag if you bet it on Cardenas.
Just stay.
But Inoue needs to adjust. Inoue's a champion. He needs to adjust. Stay on the outside. The 1-2s are working. Take a break. Stay on the outside. Don't let him throw those hooks. Because the 1-2s are going right through Cardenas' guard. And Inoue needs to work the body whenever Cardenas comes in. Because Cardenas is trying to throw his own 1-2s that are ineffective.
On his defense, it's gonna be night, Tats.
He tried it again. Oh my God. Cardenas throwing all kinds of wild hooks. He did it twice from the left and from the right. Mind you, Inoue is smart. He's keeping his distance down and just using the jab. Inoue is not coming on the inside. The one thing I noticed, the one thing I'm noticing about Inoue is he's throwing that bow and arrow jab. But he's keeping his distance, which is smart.
What happened in the second round when he floored Inoue?
What I'm not seeing from Inoue is nice. He made him pay. He made him pay. He threw that counter right hook, and Inoue made him pay. This is what a professional boxer is supposed to do. Now he's hitting him to the body. He made him pay. The dude puts a high guard up, and Inoue goes to the body. He's gonna test that body. Again, Cardenas throws another right hook, another wild. And Inoue made him pay. He threw a crazy counter left hook in the air, and Inoue made him pay with his own left hook. It's on. Inoue's ready.
And now the accuracy.
It's over. It's over. Inoue's popping him. Inoue's popping him. Oh my God! He threw another wild right hook. Oh my God! Inoue got him. Inoue got him. Another wild counter hook. Another wild counter hook. He's playing possum. Cardenas playing possum to throw a wild counter hook. That's what he's doing. He tried it again. He's missing. Wow. Inoue won that round. Remember, but Cardenas up. Cardenas was playing possum in order to throw that wild counter hook. Boom. But he's also doing it from the other side. So as long as Inoue keeps his distance, he's gonna keep missing. But Inoue is capitalizing. Once that wild hook comes, if he's off balance, which is he's throwing it and he turns his whole body, Inoue boop, with a hook of his own. Cardenas thinks he got Inoue figured out. So he's throwing a lot of hooks without setting them up. They're just counter left hooks and counter right hooks. Inoue's adjusted already to that. Or Inoue already knows he's doing that. At the end of that round, Cardenas, kind of smiled at him like, "You got lucky." Inoue's fresh again. He got his legs under him. The 1-2 is working. He's going right down the middle of the guard on Cardenas. He don't got to do much in order to win the round. Inoue needs to keep his weight on his back foot. Right now it's balanced.
Cardenas.
They got Inoue losing. By 1 point.
Was what he learned from the Neri knockdown. No doubt Cardenas believes in himself, but that knockdown taught Inoue something.
Knockdown tonight happens in the second round.
If Cardenas scores another knockdown, he's gonna win the fight.
Punching with him with the left hook. So what he's doing is now he's just pulling. He's like, okay, I'm going to get my offense off, but I know you're going to shoot right afterwards, so I'm going to pull my body back out of range, and then I'm going to come back with some offense.
Inoue has adjusted to that counter hook. So much so that Inoue doesn't have the high guard anymore.
Odd swing way in the favor. The other way is Cardenas.
Inoue is keeping his distance. He's shooting that jab right down the middle.
6,500 favorite at the start.
That's what I'm talking about, championship boxing. That's the next level. If you got caught with something, you make sure you don't get caught again. Cardenas is playing possum. Now he got his back up against the rope in the neutral corner and getting caught with the jab. Inoue's not coming in. And every time he throws that crazy wild hook, Inoue's making him pay. Cardenas needs to set up that counter hook with something else. Throw an uppercut or something in order to get Inoue to put his guards back up. Wow, he ducked under Inoue's power left hook. Again, he's throwing wild hooks.
That tight line. He gets close to the fire. He's trying not to get...
Every time Inoue comes in close, Cardenas throws a wild hook. Nice body shot. Finally. Oh, he did it again. Inoue ducked right under it.
When he fires, he brings it.
But what he needs to do...
There's very little accuracy from Cardenas. Cardenas needs to do what he just did right now. Throw those hooks to the body. Throw those hooks to the body. Hit him in the arm, hit him in the forearm, hit him on the gloves. Land those hooks. You're wasting a lot of energy.
Cardenas has landed 23 power punches to this point.
Inoue throwing combinations, 1, 2, hook, and then a hook to the body. And then he throws, Cardenas throws that wild hook, and Inoue makes him pay with a hook of his own.
Thudding right hand, and Cardenas
We heard him with that shot. He heard him with a body shot.
Cardenas fires back to the body. He's got such heart in there.
I think Cardenas hurt Inoue to the body. But Inoue is backing him up, so he won that round. It's a really close fight right now. It could be a draw. It could be a draw right now because Inoue won the last 2 rounds. 10-8, that 10-8 round is not looking good. Cardenas needs to step it up. Change the combination to set up Inoue for that check left hook. Whenever Inoue throws a jab, go around it and hit it and throw that hook. Throw that hook. Ryan Garcia is good for that when he did it to Haney. Haney threw that jab and that counter hook went at the same time. Cardenas already got a shiner. Inoue's lighting up that eye. That is not good because if the eye starts to swell up, he's not going to be able to see. And that's from the jab, mind you. Stiff jab in between the high guard.
Naoya Inoue has often said that he wants to make fights that people enjoy. Well, everybody is wildly entertained with what we are seeing tonight, and give credit to Ramon Cardenas for delivering with power. We're here in round number 6. Inoue has a 91-53 connect advantage, but he has been floored for just the 2nd time in his career.
Tess, this is the first fight that I've seen of Inoue where his power hasn't transitioned.
No. See, this is now Tim Bradley's gonna talk crap. I told you at the beginning of this video, early on in this video, that Inoue doesn't have the power. He's moved up so many times. He needs to settle down and get that power in his weight class. He's been moving up. He's really a smaller weight class. He's the smaller guy in this fight.
Me actually seeing a guy.
The stuff that he could have hit the smaller guys with and knocked them out. He can't knock out a natural featherweight. This guy's not a bantamweight fighter. He was probably never a bantamweight fighter. So you're not gonna knock him out like that. You gotta get him flurries, pop, 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 and get out of there. Inoue's being flat-footed right now too. I don't like that from him.
Hand underneath that attack.
They're in the center of the ring going toe-to-toe. Except Inoue is keeping his distance. He's literally an arm's length away.
Career of Cardenas, and something that is critical.
Nice body shot from Inoue. Here it goes. Inoue throwing the 2, throwing body shot.
Attack to the head, to the body. Cardenas is in
Cardenas in trouble. He got hit to the body and hurt him.
A lot of trouble now.
Cardenas in trouble.
Left hand to the body comes in from Inoue.
But Cardenas a dog in a corner dog. Be careful. He's throwing hooks too.
He's waiting.
He's body explosive right hook that did damage earlier, but Inoue unrelenting. Now
Cardenas waiting for Inoue to get. Oh my God! There's that counter left hook. He missed again.
Said he loves a war. He loves these type.
He was playing possum. He wants Inoue to get overconfident again so he can throw that counter left hook.
And grit of Cardenas. The elite offensive attack of Inoue.
Oh.
Right hand and then a body shot.
Body shot,
that
right?
left hand swept across the belt line.
Inoue's taking pot shot.
Gather himself now. Short left uppercut. Just missed with the right. Comes back with the left. Attack after attack.
You got to be careful they don't stop the fight. 10 seconds.
Final seconds of round 6. This is the way it's supposed to look.
Cardenas playing possum.
He's different.
Man, oh man, is that great.
All you saw is Inoue teeing off on him. Cardenas was playing possum. And at the end of the right before the bell rang, he threw that counter left hook again. That's all he wants. He wants to hit him again with that counter left hook. He's got a high guard, and the problem with his high guard is not like Inoue's high guard. When Inoue holds his guard, it's in a perfect triangle shape. So you can't really come through it. Whereas his high guard is up here. Bing, 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 right through the middle. He knocked him down, so he's gonna have that highlight reel that he knocked Inoue down. But Inoue is coming back with flurries and body shots. He hurt him to the body with a straight 2, and that backed him up into a high guard. So he was in trouble, and because he was backing up straight back, Inoue kept throwing the 2, and then Inoue started laying hands on him. So he's waiting for him to lay hands on him again. Now he's staying up against the ropes to lay hands on him so he can throw the counter left hook.
Naoya Inoue threw 90 punches, landed 48.
But he's giving up the fight when he's doing that. Instead of landing that hook to the body when Inoue throws the jab. Bring that same wild hook to the body. Make him pay.
You see Inoue keep pulling away from that left hook. He sees it. He has it down now.
Inoue know that hook is coming already from both sides.
In the corner of Ramon Cardenas, they do not want Inoue having the momentum. They want Cardenas to go forward and attack and pressure because that's when he had success earlier on.
Absolutely. Now, I mean, look, when you have a lion like Inoue and he's pushing you back, he knows the end is near and he's going forward. Ooh. Inoue getting caught right there, standing straight up. Oh, that was good.
I think that hook, that Inoue needs to be cautious, man. He's got a dog up against the corner. He can win with the jab. He doesn't have to do what he's doing. 1-2, there you go. 1-2. The 2 is backing Carnahar back. And it's a power 2. And he's throwing combinations to the body.
Look at this attack here. Halfway through round 7.
Carnahar's just waiting.
Sends him back with that left hand to the side. The body.
And every time Carnahar misses with a hook, Inoue comes with his own hook, sending Carnahar backwards.
With the left hook upstairs.
But I don't think Carnahar is scared of Inoue knocking him out. He's felt his power, and he's still moving forward.
Look at Cardenas still.
Oh my God! A counter left hook got in. Inoue's balling up. Inoue's in trouble.
Don't you just love the
man? Inoue's taking a lot of shots. He took an uppercut and a hook. They're fighting Mexican style. Inoue needs to back up and box. Inoue needs to back up and box. He's falling right into the trap. He's fighting Mexican style. The double jab, the double 2 is backing up Carnahar, but I don't think it's hurting him. It did hurt him. It did hurt him. He's down. It did hurt him. It did hurt him. He's down. Carnahar was down. He caught him off guard, stumbling backwards, and he knocked him down. Inoue is going for the kill. Carnahar still throwing wild punches. He survives the round. Inoue is back up on top on the scorecard. He scored his knockdown back. He got his get back. Now he needs to play smart. He knows he's on top. He needs to play smart. He needs to fight smarter. Pop, pop, pop. The 2 is coming in beautifully. Carnahar can't handle the 2 when it's tripled. He hit him with 3 2s. That's what backed him up into the corner. Then he caught him off guard because Carnahar tried to come back without having his guards up right down the middle. Boom! Straight power. So he fell down. He stumbled back into the corner. The twos, see, he's got it like he don't have his boxing stance. He's squared off. So the 2, he stumbled back. He stumbled back. You know, you got to stay in your boxing stance. And then he don't bring his guard up, which doesn't make any sense. Like he was looking at the floor. He was in a modified Philly shell. It was terrible.
In the corner of Ramon, Cardenas says, I'm giving you one more round. Cardenas said, why? He says, because you're slowing down. He's also taking immense punishment. 101.
He cannot play possum. He cannot play the rope-a-dope game. That's what he's been trying to do, play the rope-a-dope game so he can catch. Then he goes with a wild hook. Just throw combinations. 1-2, 1-2. Go down the middle.
With that shot, now he's
Inoue's backing him up against the rope
land
again.
that same shot again that he landed in the second round.
Body shot, right hand.
They're gonna stop it. They're gonna stop it.
Here in this eighth
They're gonna stop it.
It's all Inoue.
It's over.
And it's all over.
It's over.
Inoue.
Carnahar's like, nah, man, nah, don't stop it, man. I was moving. No, man, you wasn't boxing though. You was trying to play rope-a-dope so you can throw a counterpunch. It's not working for you. You look like you was getting beat up, and so the referee decided he warned you. He warned you to fight back. You get in the corner. Look, he's mad.
When you watch the fight game, you.
Anyway's the A side, and I told you, Top Rank don't mess around. If you give him an inch, they're gonna take him out. And Carnahar paid. He wasn't knocked out.
This undisputed world championship.
He wasn't knocked out, but now he's knocked out. He's technically knocked out. And he did it to himself. He had more power than Inoue. He should have used it.
Massive underdog showed fire and grit. And all.
He's going to have that highlight, but then Inoue's got the highlight of him getting knocked down because he stumbled back. He didn't have his feet under him, and he fell into the corner, and they gave him a standing 8 count. Inoue was back on top, and he was losing the fight.
Naoya Inoue.
They didn't want. I'm telling you, Top Rank was like, "Yo, we got him now. If he doesn't punch back when Inoue throws a flurry, stop the fight." Because he wasn't connecting with any punches. They're showing it in slow motion. But I'm telling you, Top Rank is not going to do that with his A side because Carnahar's a dangerous fighter now. He caught him once. He could catch him again. So they just needed the opportunity, and Carnahar gave it to him. He fell up against the ropes. That's technically a knockdown.
Like, this is what the pound-for-pound fight is in the...
If the ropes are holding you up, that's a knockdown. The referee didn't call the knockdown. He let Inoue work, and then he stopped the fight. Come to fight, man. Don't come to play possum.
Paycheck, Tess.
His first world title fight in against the monster. And we said early on, you looked in his eyes and you...
He just got beat up. He was trying to play possum, trying to throw the counter hook. He landed it once by luck. Inoue is a champion. He adjusted to it. Now you got to set it up. You can't just throw it again and expect to be effective with it. Inoue's a champion. He adjusted, and that counter hook never landed again.
Technical knockout. Still, the undefeated, undisputed junior featherweight champion of the world, Naoya, the Monster Inoue.
He's now 30-0.
Yo, Inoue's the man. Inoue's the man, even without the power. Like, he didn't knock him out, man. That's a technical knockout, bro. He wasn't even hurt. But because he was doing that stupid shit, I mean, the second time he hurt Inoue was a straight 2 to the body. He didn't go back to it. Carnahar did not go back to it. He did not go back to it. Look, that worked for you. You got the counter hook that landed, that scored the knockdown. Why are you not setting it up? You need to set it up. All Inoue had to do was get into the high guard, and then for some reason, Carnahar got flustered. So he would pause, he would take a step back and let Inoue start firing. Now you're gonna let the champion fire first to hit, first to win. I used to tell all my boxers the same thing. First to hit, first to win. If you're gonna wait for somebody to hit you, he gonna hit you. And he gonna win the fight. And then at the end of this fight, before the round started, the referee told him, show me something. He's like, why? Because you're slowing down. Those were his words. You're going to go back to playing possum? You're going to go back to do the rope-a-dope? Nah, man. Nah, they're waiting for them to stop the fight. They don't want you to win. Who the heck are you? Who the heck are you, Carnahar? who the heck are you? Nobody even know who you are. Now nobody's definitely gonna know who you are, because that one knockdown you scored against Inoue, you gave it back up. You gave it back up, being lazy, trying to get the same knockdown again. So Inoue scored a knockdown on you.
Naoya Inoue just won by TKO again. Bernardo.
With the monster, Naoya Inoue. Naoya, in our fighter meetings, I asked you when you were happiest in the ring, and you said, when I'm in a brawl. What did you think about how happy you were tonight?
殴り合いになるっていうのがファイターミーティングで好きだって言ってましたけれども、これでどういう意味だったか分かりました。
皆さん、今日の試合見ていただければ、僕が殴り合いが好きだということは証明できたと思います。すごい楽しかったです。
I think watching the fight tonight, everybody's very much aware that I like to brawl.
Thank you very much, Nobu. Now, that round when he landed that left hook and he dropped you, what was your thinking at that point?
2ラウンドに倒された時はどういうことを思ってました？
非常に驚きましたけど、冷静に組み立て直すことができました。
I was very surprised, but I was able to calmly put myself together.
What were the adjustments you made to avoid that left hook the rest of the fight?
左のフックを当たらないようにする調整はどういうことをされましたか
？1ラウンド目終わって、微妙に距離が調整できたかなと思ったんですけど、2ラウンド目でまたちょっとズレがあったので、もう3ラウンド目から絶対にもらわないようにしっかり。
In the first round, I thought I had a pretty good distance, but in the second round, it kind of got a little loose. And then from thereafter, I made sure I didn't take that punch again.
You landed 49% of your power punches, 108 of 220. What was that like in terms of him being able to take so many shots until the finish?
パワーパンチを 49% 当ててますけれども、あれだけ相手がパンチを受け止められるっていうのはどう思いました？
非常にタフな相手でした。オッズ的にはかなりの差があったと思うんですけど、相手は必死に倒しに来てるんで、ボクシングはそんな甘くないもんだと痛感しました。
Well, odd-wise, he's really far apart, but I knew he was tough. But, boxing is not that easy.
When you look at the future, we had some interested observers tonight. Shushu Carrington, the #1 contender. We had the featherweight champion, Rafael Espinoza, who had a great victory before you. What do you want next?
ケニントンとかフェザー級の選手、前の試合のエスピノーザとか見てましたけれども、次は誰と戦いたいですか？
次は9月にムロジョン。
They got a line of fighters standing up from Shushu Carrington to some other guys.
All right. First fight in America in 4 years. What did you think? Because last time we saw you, we were in the bubble alone. What about the crowd?
今日の観客はどうでした？
非常に待ち望んでくれたファンの方が多くいると感じました。皆さん楽しんでいただけたら
Nobody has left.
またアメリカで試合がしたいと思います。
The stadium is still packed.
And I hope I was able to entertain them.
This weekend, you were supposed to be the last, and you turned out to be the best because Canelo fought last night. We had the fight in New York. What message did the monster send to boxing?
今週の3つの試合、今週末の3つの試合の最後で一番ベストの試合になりましたけれども、どう思いますか？
昨日おとといと試合の賛否両論もありますけども、僕が一番盛り上げることができたんじゃないかと思います。
Yes, I saw the two fights before, and I think this was the most exciting fight.
ありがとう。
This was the best fight of the weekend.
What an ovation, and an ovation deserved for both men. Ramon Cardenas was so game as.
Let me tell you, this was the best fight of the whole weekend. From Friday to now, they saved the best for last. This is the actual main event of the weekend. Naoya Inoue is the monster. He is the real deal. When he was in trouble, he did exactly what champions do. They adjust. They adjust. They do not hold back. People, listen to me, man. Inoue is the man. Once he adjusts to this weight class and he get his power up, he's going to be dangerous. He's going to be dangerous because some of those punches, those two, the straight twos down the middle, they're going to knock people out. Just the two. let alone the hooks to the body and to the head. And Naoya Inoue is the real deal. And if he keeps going the way he's going, he's going to be the face of boxing. Mind you, he's going to be the face of boxing. They're not going to be saying Canelo's the face of boxing. They're going to say Gervonta Davis is the face of boxing. It's going to be a Naoya Inoue because he's the best pound for pound.
To the state of boxing. Beautiful action tonight inside the T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada. In just moments, Naoya Inoue is going to be giving away t-shirts to the fans, but right now, I have the warrior, Ramon Cardenas, with me here. Ramon, you came in here and you were a decided underdog. Very few people thought you could do what you did tonight. Talk to me about how you feel.
I feel good. You know, first things first, I want to thank my manager, my promoter, my team. You know, I just want to thank the people behind me more than anything. And other than that, I feel good. You know, the fight was a tough fight. I said it all, camp. I said it all, every interview. He's pound for pound one of the greatest fighters on the planet. And, you know, I just wanted to give the fans a fight worth watching.
In that second round, when you were able to drop him with that counter left hook, what went through your mind?
What went through my mind was just to keep working. Because I knew he was going to come back, and I knew he was going to come back stronger. And for me, we just keep the same game plan. You keep working, keep walking him down.
It looked like in the 7th round, he landed a big shot to your ribs. Was there any moment that he hurt you?
No. It wasn't so much the power, man, you know. Honestly, you know, it wasn't so much the power. It was more the overwhelmingness of him throwing 6, 7, 8 punches at a time. And that's mainly what it was. It was, you know, he has a solid punch, but nothing where I was scared of.
And in terms of what you think about yourself now, because you were able to compete with a pound for pound great like Naoya Inoue.
I mean, it just goes to show, man, that I just want to put boxing back to what it was, the best fighting the best. You know, I want to thank my promoter more than anything because he has an eye for talent, man, and my manager as well. And they gave me this opportunity, and I didn't want to let them down. Win, lose, or draw, I had said it all interviews. Win, lose, or draw, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to give it my all, and I'm going to show people that boxing's back.
Look, this was a weekend where this was an afterthought. People thought he was going to come in and blow you out. After what we saw from Canelo, after what we saw in New York City, and now you see Naoya Inoue handing you a T-shirt as a memento from this fight. What did you and Naoya Inoue do for boxing tonight? What did you and Naoya Inoue do for boxing tonight?
We set the stage. We set the stage for everybody else. We set the tempo in the sense of now next fights that come have to show out, because what we did tonight was legendary, man. You know, for the both of us, what we did tonight was legendary, and that's what it was.
Tonight you were in against the monster. I can't wait to see what you can do against a regular human being.
I just want to give a big shout out to all the fans that came out tonight, and quiero darle las gracias a todos los que vinieron hoy. Más que nada, viva México, cabrones. Aquí estamos para el rato.
5 de Mayo, Tess, that is how you go out in Vegas.
That's not how you go out with a TKO victory. You lost, dude. Dude, are you going to throw yourself a parade? You didn't even go 12 rounds. You're going to give yourself a parade for knocking down Inoue. Really? You celebrating you losing by TKO? Because I don't think so. And then you lost your O. Now you're not undefeated anymore. You got a loss on your record. Now, hopefully, you got a lesson there because you fought the best, one amongst the best. Hopefully, this was a boxing lesson for you to adjust. But like I said before, he said it himself. Cardenas said that Inoue did not have any power that he was worried about. But when you let a Chihuahua bite you and keep biting you and you falling backwards and you hiding, the Chihuahua's going to win. I said that earlier tonight. That's exactly what happened tonight. And then the referee's going to jump in and stop the fight, especially if he's the A side. B side people need to get it together. You got to come in, show in and show out and leave on your shield. Cardenas did not get knocked out. And those punches, if you watch them slowly, they didn't even connect. It just looked good. It looked good. And because he was balling up like a little, the referee stopped the fight.
A couple in 2023. He said that was one of my finest moments.
But that just make Inoue amongst the best, if not the best, of this generation, pound for pound, pound for pound. Now, Top Rank is already trying to promote other people like Shushu Carrington. Shushu Carrington is going to get destroyed too. What I want to see from Inoue is build his power up, become dangerous at featherweight, become dangerous. You're dangerous with your skill set, with your hand speed and all that, but you need to get some power. You need to get some power. So when you hit him, like he could have knocked him out a couple of times with those power twos, because the two was coming in down the middle. We're gonna stay for the state of boxing to see what they got to say about this particular fight and what happened on this weekend. We're gonna continue with the broadcast. The one thing I see here is that Inoue came out to the U.S. and took the victory. He got the TKO. My hats go off to the monster. He showed up and he adjusted as a champion should. He adjusted. He got hit. He said he wasn't going to get hit again with that. And you noticed it. He ducked under the wild kind of hooks. He stood back and watched him spin and made him pay. Inoue's the real deal. Inoue's the real deal.
Now 30-0 with 27 knockouts. Bernardo, he turned to you and he just simply said, "I like to brawl."
Look, it reminded me of someone who bears their soul in our fighter meetings and then goes and does it, because a lot of times they're lying to us or they're lying to themselves. Yeah. He was so honest when I asked him that question, and we were all surprised in there because we expected a different answer.
With
Crawford, and then to go out there
as
and put on the type
most
of performance
consecutive
he put
world
on
title
tonight,
win
to get up off
by
the
KO
canvas
since
and to really make those
1962.
adjustments, because Tim, you were so right about your assessment of
They got
what
Terrence
his
Crawford,
weakness
Emmett,
was.
tied
But then
for
you
11.
saw the same strength that he showed against Luis Panterita Neri, and I think the adjustments he made.
Crawford may
once
lose
he
the
went
next
downhill,
fight.
that was what
And
Joel
may break
Diaz
his own
feared,
streak.
and he knew that, and he told me.
So Inoue can take over.
That's the same shot that Neri landed. The same exact punch. That
Tim, I
left
want
hook right
to pause and give you credit for that. Your lab work pre-bout was as good as an analyst can be.
Inoue is the real deal. He got caught with the same shot he got caught before. He fell down. He came back up. He adjusted. You know, the power wasn't as hard as it was. He shook it off, and then he came moving forward. I mean, towards the end of the fight, he was fighting Mexican style, straight up. He wasn't moving his feet. He was just straight brawling, straight brawling, straight brawling. He gave as good as he got. He got one punch. He came up with three. And like they showing the knockdown there where he hit him with the two, hit him with the two like 4 or 5 times, and at no point did Cardenas decide to pick up his arm. He just keep getting hit with the two. Then at that flurry at the end, you know, he's sitting on the ropes. The referee stops the fight. The referee was looking to stop the fight anyways. But if you're going to give him the opportunity, why didn't he hold? He could have held if he didn't want to get hit no more. He wasn't even getting hit. It was just a flurry of punches that didn't even really connect. And he lost the fight. Now he's happy about it. Who is happy about losing the fight? I'm glad I was here. And he got a free t-shirt. He literally got a free t-shirt. Inoue gave him a free t-shirt. Thank you for coming. Yo, they got Shushu Carrington. Let's go back to the state of boxing.
He lost against Manny Pacquiao. He says, look, it's not that the punches are that hard. It's just they don't stop coming, and you're not even recovered from the left when the right's already on your face. And you can attest to that, Tim, well, even though you did well against him. But look, it's just different. Some guys are different.
Look, during those moments when you're sitting up there in that high guard and you have that type of offense coming at you, it's like the lights are flickering on and off in your mind and your brain. You're just like, oh my, discombobulated, right? And you got paralyzed for a second. But the way he puts those punches together, man, that's something special. Every shot hard, accurate, speed,
I want to get
power.
back to the second round. I want to get back to the second round. pure level of shock. I want to go right down the set. Pure level of shock that you experienced when that left hook landed.
I wasn't shocked.
I know you weren't because you called it. Go ahead.
Look, I just saw everybody around me.
Yeah.
And the look aghast of every
was
single
unbelievable, wasn't
person
it?
was like, wait, this is not supposed to be happening.
Yes.
You guys told me that this guy didn't have a chance in hell, and all of a sudden, one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world is shown to be human. Everybody in this building, there was a gasp, a collective gasp, and everybody could not believe what we were watching.
Mark, earlier tonight, you were on one sports book. You said, I'm seeing a sports book that's got him as minus 10,000.
I was trying
ESPN Bet had him as minus 6,500. He was between minus 6,500 and minus 10,000 as a favorite.
Because you're my betting guru to the extent that. But I'm like, hey Joe, what do these numbers mean?
Right.
Like
The betting odds, they're laughing about the betting odds, but the betting odds were right. Stop it. Stop the bullshit. The betting odds were right. They didn't give him a chance. The betting odds was right. The smart money wins. Okay? Stop the bull. Stop the, like the kids say today, stop the cap. Stop the cap. The betting odds was right. Inoue won. And he won by TKO. So whoever betted on the TKO, let's go. Let's go. The poll had it by 100%. So there you have it. Before the fight even started, the poll said that Inoue was going to throw the knockout. And then Cardenas gave him the knockout.
Often will deliver this as when you see it where the athlete can finally exhale. That was the return for Cardenas. Now this is inside, and this is unlike
Inoue improves to 30-0
that we've had because
with 27
especially
knockouts.
The Japanese faithful, the fans of Inoue are not leaving T-Mobile. There is still a massive crowd here at the arena because it is Monday afternoon right now in Japan, and the whole country was watching this thrilling fight, and then the supporters here in Vegas, they just want to inhale and take it all in with their great hero still in front of them.
Tess, the other thing too is T-Mobile security is not escorting people out.
No,
I think you know what?
Nor should
person
they.
per person, security, police officers.
Man, they're talking nonsense now. They're not talking about fighting. They're talking about the arena is halfway empty. It's more than halfway empty. The people that are there are mostly the people that work there that are commentating. They're around the ring. There's people inside the ring. Please.
The end of the fight, well, after the fight.
Remember, this is a global event. The British are out here. Japanese media is out here. The Mexican media is out here. They doing their thing. They doing the same thing.
Look at this scene here.
You see people saying there.
There's like a few people that are lingering because they don't want to leave. They want to see if there's anything else is gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. They just want to enjoy whatever's left. What happens after the bell rings and the fight is over.
Crescencio Ramos, and he couldn't afford the gym dues, and he wanted to go to the Nationals. He wanted to go.
Yeah, because Inoue's still in the ring. That's another reason people are staying. He's taking pictures with people, posing. He's waving at them. So some people stay. They're gonna stay until he goes to the back.
God.
Let's just take in this scene here as Inoue.
Made the night.
I mean, he's been in the ring for such a long time now. As Inoue makes his way back through his thing.
Inoue is waving at the crowd, and he's on his way back to the locker room. It was a very good victory for Inoue. It was a really good comeback. I mean, he got knocked down in the second round.
Years since he's been back in the United States, and the reason is he can fight on a weeknight in prime time in Japan.
Inoue is going to become a global phenomenon if Top Rank does exactly what they're doing right now. He's going to put on great shows, and he's going to have guys that are gamey. And the thing is, he fought Mexican style, which is what they like to see. Like he didn't have to do that. He could have beat him with the 1-2. Literally with the 1-2, he was going right through his guard. There was no defense by Cardenas. There was zero defense by Cardenas that was going to save him. Anyway, went to the medical center.
Weekend, we talked about it a bunch. This was a weekend where boxing was set to shine, where boxing had incredible promotional platforms from New York to Saudi Arabia to here in Vegas. And in the end, as bad as things were and as little offense was ahead, in the end, you still walk away and you say, man, when it's at its best, there is nothing better. There's nothing better when it's at its best.
Look, that was the face of a man who knows that he conquered America tonight. There was that doubt that he was the afterthought.
Right now, what they're doing is hyping up Inoue. The biggest thing here is, who is Inoue going to fight next? Is he actually going to fight somebody with some name recognition? Because right now they're pumping for Inoue to fight Shushu Carrington. Shushu Carrington, okay. Does he really want to lose his O? Because he puts him against Inoue. Inoue put ass in seats. He put ass in seats. Shushu Carrington don't really put ass in seats. A lot of people don't even know him. But because they're both in Top Rank right now, they're like, okay, let's make this fight. So Top Rank wants to put their best fighters against their own best fighters, as opposed to fighting somebody like Bam Rodriguez. Ooh, did I say that? Bam Rodriguez should be the one to fight Inoue next. If Bam got to come up in weight or come down in weight or catch weight or Inoue has to do it, whatever they got to do, that should be the fight that happens next. Bam Rodriguez is a real threat. Is the real threat. Bam Rodriguez is also pound for pound. Give that less. Yes. Yes. No. Bam Rodriguez is pound for pound. Stop it. Let's see what they're talking about.
Cardenas seemed bigger to me, and that's not going to go away as he moves up.
Natural
and
122
or a natural 118, whatever he is. But he told me earlier this week, and this was interesting. How far can you go? Featherweight, that's it. End it there. But his goal is also to be undisputed, as he was at 118, at 122, at featherweight. That's going to be, as great as he is, that's
Inoue's in the locker room.
task when you
in
have
his locker room.
featherweights.
Absolutely.
Like the guy we saw
We're going to
in
get
the
to him in a moment.
Absolutely.
Rafael Espinoza.
No doubt about it.
Who
Absolutely.
just have limits of his body.
He's
of his
taking
body
pictures
type,
with
of
His first
size.
title was at
Yeah.
108
with
pounds.
VIPs.
4-division world champion, 2-division undisputed world champion. The second to ever do that. Bud Crawford, of course, did that at 140 and 147. Big news weekend for Bud Crawford, as September's now official against Canelo. And now you see the smiles and the ability to exhale and get comfortable, take the boots off. Timmy, you've been in fight of the year kind of fights where you return. Now, this wasn't something where he was damaged the way you were damaged in a fight of the year.
This was not the fight of the year. They need to stop that. This was not a fight of the year. So they shouldn't even be insinuating that.
It's like having a huge gorilla on your back and it's finally off of you, and now you can relax, you can enjoy. You don't have to go in there and have that mindset of hurting your opposition and the training's over. Thank God, just for a moment. Look, you know me. I gotta say what's on my heart. I got a little bit of pushback. Okay, and I understand that. Yeah, I had the analysis right. The left hook landed. That left hook was not supposed to land.
That's right.
That's the thing. It's not supposed to land at all. And if you really think about it, Cardenas being an underdog, a heavy underdog, right? He was supposed to come in and obliviate this guy. And he fought Inoue in the fashion he did. And he pushed Inoue in limits that we didn't think that was possible. And this is a guy that's not like a whirlwind. I mean, I think he beats a lot of the top guys in the division as well. However, look, moving forward to 126, that's a dangerous proposition, because if the power doesn't work, like tonight, it worked. The volume, the combinations, yes, it worked. But if a guy can take his best, stand there and fight him and change his game up a little bit,
he can
All
be in
right,
trouble
Mark,
moving
and that
forward.
brings the perfect transition. So the talk of going to 126. The WBO featherweight champion was in this same ring tonight. It was the co-feature. Rafael Espinoza, Mark, defending against Edward Vazquez.
Rafael Espinoza is the tall 6'1" guy or 6'2" guy who fought in the co-main event. He does have the WBO belt. And no, he's under top rank. I don't think Inoue should fight him. I don't think he could do damage to him, but Inoue don't have the power. He doesn't have the power. We watched Espinoza take a lot of hits tonight and stand with a guy in his weight class. He's tall and skinny. He's tall and skinny. He's like Fundora, just awkward to fight. You gotta be ready to stand in there toe to toe with him, and make his punches not mean anything to you. So, no, that discussion needs to be muted right now.
To duck. When everybody's finding A side, B side, I need to make more money. You're on the wrong side of the street. This guy doesn't care. He says,
they're still not mentioning the guy they should be mentioning is Bam Rodriguez.
Going to get my due for what I bring to the ring.
Would you, by the way, I don't mean to be knee-jerk. Would you put him in the pound-for-pound list, Vazquez? There's no precedent for him. What
Espinoza? You mean Espinoza?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Rafael Espinoza, 23 knockouts.
No.
By the way, we did just get the email. Pound for pound voting has to be in by tomorrow, end of day Monday. Obviously, there were a lot of fighters, but big names in action this weekend. Inoue is always right there in the top three with Usyk and Bud Crawford. You can judge this as you want, but we have to.
Espinoza should not be in the pound for pound list. He has not proven himself. So what? He got a belt. They be emailing those jokers out. Stop it.
The way in San Diego.
Hey,
coming up.
If you put somebody on the pound for pound list, that means somebody got to come off. Who you gonna take off? You gonna take Usyk off? Who you gonna take off? Crawford? Who you gonna take off? Canelo? Who you gonna take off? Espinoza don't belong up there.
On ESPN, Bernardo.
You gonna take off Bam Rodriguez?
I got some football to do, and then June 7th.
Espinoza should not be there. They're doing closing announcements for the upcoming events. I'm not interested right now for that. What I'm interested is in boxing. Let me tell you right now. Espinoza should not be in the pound for pound list. They're talking smack. Keyshawn Johnson should not be on the pound for pound list. They don't even talk about it.
Thanks for a great night of being with us.
Don't talk about it. Right now, listen, Inoue did his thing tonight. Got to put respect on his name. He is the best pound for pound. If he stays in this weight class, he doesn't need to move up and fight Espinoza. Espinoza's 6'1", and he's lengthy. Inoue would have to come on the inside and fight him. He's vulnerable to the hook, as we saw tonight. Espinoza can throw that hook, and he throws elbows too, because when his punches are smothered, he's knocking elbows. Ask Fundora. Fundora cut Tim Zhu's head all open, blood all over the goddamn place. So right now, we talking about Inoue. Inoue needs to get prepared, work on his muscles, work on his cardio, and work on building power, straight power. That way he can run through this division and become undisputed here. His power has not translated because Espinoza was able to take those power shots through the whole fight, and he never got knocked out. He got knocked down, and that knockdown didn't come because of his power. It came off because of sloppy footing. Look at the video. Sloppy footing. Espinoza took a two, and then he stumbled back, and then Inoue charged at him, like I said, like a chihuahua. Flurries with punches. You off balance, you're going to go down. And you don't even need a hard punch. He could have just pushed him down. But, you need a punch in boxing for them to call it a knockdown. This guy right here, no, he wasn't it. He got lucky. And then, after he got lucky, he didn't adjust. He did not adjust. That doesn't make him a champion. That makes him a journeyman. Because now he thinks because he went a couple of rounds with Inoue and knocked him down, now he thinks he's the man. When he lost to the smaller fighter. It's embarrassing. Shut up, be humble, no excuses, go back to the gym. You lost your O to a smaller fighter. I'm not hearing this crap. And I don't want to hear Inoue fighting nobody above his weight class right now. Inoue needs to become undisputed in the featherweight division. And he needs to get stronger because he does not have the power to convert and get the knockouts that he needs. He's going to be like Canelo getting TKOs, and then, because TKOs now his knockout rate's going up as opposed to true knockouts. There's a difference between TKO victories, which is the referee jumping in wherever he feels like it and says, you know what, you had enough. That's enough for you. You've done enough. We don't want you to win. When the referee jumps in and you still got energy to keep fighting, because Espinoza could have kept going. If you look at his face, he was like, what the hell just happened? Why are you stopping the fight? I'm moving. I'm ducking. I'm weaving. No, you up against the ropes, and then you moved into the corner, and you're looking like you're getting beat up. Even though those punches are not connecting, but because they're coming in so fast, and you're not answering back with any of your own punches, I stopped the fight. Now, what you going to do about it? Nothing. Nothing. You just got embarrassed. And now you lost your O, so your undefeated streak is gone. Now you got to go back to the bottom of the barrel and fight whoever they decide to. And then you're going to be thanking them for giving you scraps or calling you at the last minute because now you're not undefeated. So they're going to call you at the last minute because Top Rank is good for that. Calling jokers at the last minute, 2 weeks in advance or a week in advance. Hey, can you come do this fight because so-and-so is sick and he called off? Then you come in like Bagoli and get knocked out. Bagoli got that call. Bagoli's that guy right now. They call him up. Hey, we need you to fill in the heavyweight division. Now, the heavyweight division, you shouldn't be playing. They're going to knock you out. They're going to knock you out. So what he did, he said, yeah, I'm coming in. He took a red eye straight to Saudi Arabia to fight Joseph Parker, who was supposed to fight for the heavyweight championship, the IBF heavyweight champion. Joseph Parker was going to fight for the heavyweight championship in the IBF title. And Bagoli comes off the bench to fill in and gets the fuck out because you're fighting a real champion. Joseph Parker was a former champion. You're not going to take that away from him. He can adjust and he fights bigger guys. You see what he did to Zhilei Zhang. Joseph Parker destroys Zhilei Zhang, and Zhilei Zhang is the bigger guy. He's a monster of a man. And Zhilei Zhang beat up Wilder. And Joseph Parker took him out. So let's go. What I want to see is Inoue versus Van Rodriguez, or go ahead and collect those other belts, get rid of those other guys. Shushu Carrington, no, I don't think so. Shushu, sit down, bro. Sit down. You're not ready. You're not ready. If you go in for it, they're going to take you out. And Top Rank don't care. Top Rank does not care. If you're going to force the old man's hand, the old man is going to be like, whatever, what I got to do, I can't do nothing about it. I'm 80 something years old. I'm going to die soon. If he wants to do it, I'll let him do it. That's my attitude too. Like, all right, you want to go? Let's go. So with that, thank you for the privilege of your time. And remember to keep your hands up, chin tucked, and eyes open. And protect yourself at all times, baby. Good night.